Hi guys, it's Carrie with Rockin' G Farm. Today we're outside on the farm and we are building fence. We are building a fence around the chicken coop and the garden, and I'm also going to be putting up electric fence on this garden here to keep the smaller dogs out. So throughout the day it is going to be loud because my husband is using a circular saw to cut the posts and the things he needs with the fence around the garden, and here I am trying not to get snake bit as I go and search through all of the posts here on the farm to find my post for my electric fence. And it's very windy and it looks like a storm is coming, so hopefully we can get these two projects completed today. So I found the post for the electric fence. I got 2 T-posts for anchors, and then I've got to go get the grounders. Okay, let me go get my grounders. Okay guys, I've got my equipment here for the electric fence to go around this area, and it is going to be cleaned up and looking smooth and handsome just at any time now. But I've got to get all of this stuff put together for my electric fence to save my garden. Tired of the doggies getting in it. A T-post driver is a necessity whenever you will be building a fence that requires T-post. Now we're going to go to the other end. Right, we're going to put that sucker right here in the corner. So just for y'all to know, this is called a T-post. This is what is used to make most barbed wire fencing or fencing for a pasture that's going to handle cattle, buffalo. Well, I don't know if buffalo can be held by this, but I think they can. But cattle, sheep, goats, horses, things of that nature. Usually their fences are made with T-post. I'm gonna put my T-post right here because I'm gonna need an anchor. And then I'm going to use my post hole digger the weight of the post hole digger to actually drive it into the ground. This post hole digger is probably about, what, 45 pounds? Probably. About 45 pounds. Is this a good place for it, or do you want me to?
No, that'll be fine, but give me a minute. Okay. I got to fix with your daughter.
Okay, you're stepping on my flower.
Well, I'm fixing to have to move a lot of this. So.
Okay, well, step on this side if you would, please. Because you're stepping on my flowers. Okay, what would you like me to do? You want me to get a rake?
A shovel.
Shovel. I'll get a shovel and shovel with that. I can get in there and move because I know where everything's at.
This line back off because your daughter ran over this road.
I was going to move this ground because those are irises and they don't like lots of soil. They have to be planted shallow.
I don't have to have much. I'm just trying to get this
That's fine.
Back up.
Hold on. You're going to flip this one and this is going to be stuck under it. Here you go. Oh, that's perfect. Good?
Yeah, that's good. Okay. Your daughter just rolled it. I didn't want that.
So my daughter rolled it.
Sure you did.
Not your daughter? Oh, she's my daughter. She rolls the...
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when she was trying to learn to drive. Okay. It's about even with that one, and even with that one. That's solid, so nothing's gonna knock that over unless my daughter decides to run over the edging of the flower garden again. So this is what the garden looks like now, which in the wintertime a garden looks like crap, but this really does look like nastiness and I hate it and I'm going to fix it. However, since it is a garden and not a flower garden per se, it's not going to have all of the winter interest that a lot of gardens have. So this is what a vegetable garden can look like. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put these rods into the ground and I'm going to space them out equally along this garden edging. Just put one here and I'm just going to let y'all sit and watch. These are smaller T-posts that I am putting in for the electric fence, and they are so much easier to put in because I just have to use my foot to press them down into the ground. Hey friends, this is what I have gotten for this area to try to deter, I do have a rabbit, chickens, and the dogs from staying out of this area here. This is our garden area on the very end. I have a little flower bed, but I really am wanting them to stay out of this area because they just start digging and ruin it. So what I've got Gallagher M10 fence energizer. It's the littlest one they had because I don't need to really hurt them. I just want to deter them and keep them out of my garden. And once or twice after they hit it, they'll go, I ain't going there no more, just like the cows do. They don't go past the areas that they do anymore. So I am going to put this in. It says it has a 3-year warranty, lightning protection, and it's easy to install. So we'll see if it's easy to install because I've never done this before, but I really need to get it done because I need the dogs, the raccoons, and the rabbits, and the chickens, and the cat out of my garden. Let's go ahead and open this up. Has 2 screws. Oh, it looks pretty simple. Here is a plug. And it's very simple, it looks like. Okay. Let me see what the instructions say. It's a 110 volt. Step-by-step instructions on page 9. I'm just going, looks like I'm going to, Hunter, do you want me to put this in the greenhouse? This part or out here?
You can sit outside, it's made to be outside. I'll go mount it back to the outside of that deal.
Outside of the greenhouse.
Yeah, that corner right there is wood. You can screw it right into that piece of wood right there.
Okay, will do. So I'm going to screw this to the wood. It has 2 places for a screw and a screw there. I'm going to slip it on, and then it looks like my cords, my wires, my grounding wire goes here, and then I just tighten it down, and my energizing wire tightens here, and I tighten it down, and then we will put the, I don't know what they're called, insulators. We'll put the insulators on. Okay, let's do this. Okay, I can do it, I think.
You got it?
Yep. he is using the electrical cord on the stuff that he's doing, but we're going to run an electrical cord either under here or out the window and down. But that is on there. And we had a little template that was inside of the instruction book, so you could put that down and you could mark where your screws needed to be placed. So I'll put that back inside the book so that we'll have it for next time whenever we... Yep.
That's your corner posts. You don't want to use that wire because it's old and brittle. But you'll tie one here and one at the other corner.
Okay.
And one at the post on the gate.
Okay.
This is where your wire's going to stretch from.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you've got to have an anchor point.
Okay.
Once you tie it, go ahead and turn it.
Twist it.
Sideways like that right there, so that you have something to tie to.
Okay.
This one will run into your
Grounder.
hot. This is your hot. So you'll need to leave enough of a tail to run over here to your and run it in there. Hot ground. That's fine. So this is your hot. It'll need to run into there. Your ground is going to run to the rebar post.
Oh, so I need to get one of those posts?
Yeah.
Or I do have a rebar post right there.
Yeah, but I'll have to cut it. You'll have to
It's right there.
It's got to go deeper than that. It needs to be 3 to 4 foot in the ground.
Oh.
I've got some longer sections over there. I'll have to cut a 3 to 4 foot section out of it. Actually, you could go get another post like that right there and use it if you wanted. Approximate height, you want about a foot.
Right about there.
So twist it. Because what you're going to do is whenever we bring that up here, you're going to run that through there like that. It won't touch the wire. It'll ride against that insulator so it doesn't ground itself out. Anytime that wire touches metal or grass or anything, it grounds out and it quits working. It has to be touching only plastic or ceramic insulators.
Okay.
Otherwise it will ground. And then the last one you want to do is against, I would do it against this.
I'll have to run it through.
This post here. And your spacing, and it will rest on that. You won't have to worry about it sliding down the post.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
In the future, just so you know, so you're aware if you ever do this again, you're going to want to run these posts with the knobs facing out.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? Where it has something to hang on or catch on?
Yeah.
You want to run them posts with the knob facing out so that wire has something. I'm sorry.
But facing them out. Okay. And then I'm going to rest it on.
Wire's going to be through there like that.
Like that.
So it's going to run the edge. Actually, it'll probably run more at an angle.
Okay. Marking out the wire. Let me open the gate real quick.
Go on, lady.
Okay. So now I'm here on the wire. He's showing me how to do the first one so I can finish it up while he is doing the big fence.
As you walk this out, in just a bit. All you're going to do is just like I'm doing now, hand walk it out. Don't try to roll it. It's going to stick you or tangle.
Okay.
As you come to these insulators, these are made to zigzag. Set it in there and then keep going.
Keep going. I got it.
And then go to the next one. When you get down to the end, holler.
Running the wire for the electric fence was really the easiest part of this whole process. And you're just pulling taut.
Yep. then. This is that actually supplies your power. Where did the fires go?
Over here. Go on, lady.
Now, remember what I told you about it grounding itself out? So whenever we set this here, what we're going to do is cock that out to the side so to make sure it's not touching that post. There's nothing touching except wire.
Okay.
It's on that insulator. You see that? Now then, we got to set up
So
the ground.
probably best if I just pull it back up higher a little bit.
And it's fine right where it's at.
Okay.
You start bending it too much, it's wire. It will break.
Okay.
You start moving it back and forth, it's going to break.
Okay.
I want you to watch, because if you ever have to do it again, you're going to want to know how. See how I ground some of that off? So that it has bare connection.
Okay.
Wire
To metal.
to metal. And what I'm going to do, once I get it on there pretty tight,
Use your
twist that thing up quite a bit.
Okay.
I'm going to do it again, same except we're doing the ground.
Okay.
Okay. Now then, that's not touching anything either.
Okay.
That's wide open.
Not
Now then.
touching. Okay.
We want to make sure that thing's tight. That's what these are made for. That one's not done. I think it's going to be tight enough by hand pulling it just because.
I think it's pretty tight. Yeah, it is pretty tight. Okay, so now he is going to be setting this up in the greenhouse. Okay guys, we finally have got the electric fence up around my garden area, and if you can see right back here, the Gallagher is connected to my greenhouse, and at night there is a little bitty green light that illuminates so I'll know that it will be on, and we're just doing this to have it up here for a little bit so the animals will have the idea of don't cross this line, and then once they get acclimated to it, then normally they don't cross that line. But I thank you for joining me today on the farm, as I made it 1% better, as a lot of people are saying, just 1% a day, as I got this one project done for today, which makes me feel so good. But thank you for joining me, and make what you have beautiful.